Gazelle promises to not only be your one-stop shop to sell your old tech, but also to buy lightly refurbished stuff. Now, Gazelle has been around forever, but today I'm going to not only buy some stuff from Gazelle, but I'm also going to sell them a couple of bits of my tech to see exactly what the trade-in process is like. Sell your device in minutes. So they take iPhones, Samsungs, Google phones, iPads, and MacBooks. So I have two devices here that I'm willing to sell them. I have an iPhone 11 and a Galaxy S21. Okay, cool, so let's go through the process, shall we? What is the overall cosmetic condition? I would say lightly used. Not quite flawless. I'd say it's actually not far away because it's really quite good, but there's a couple of very light scuffs. So let's see what they'll give us. All right, my Gazelle offer is $62. What happens if I go flawless? What does that do? Oh my God, flawless gives you $2 more. So there's no version of an S21 they're gonna pay any money for. Wow, that's not good. So with the iPhone, it does fully function. The biggest downside with this phone is that it is in a little bit rougher of cosmetic shape. Overall condition, I would say scratched or scuffed. The answer is $107. So I think what we're learning here is that Gazelle like iPhones and don't like Samsungs. That sounds like it. Do I want a check, PayPal, or Amazon gift card? Well, I can't take a check. Pierluigi doesn't cash checks. And Pierluigi doesn't have a PayPal account. But I could use an Amazon gift card. While we're waiting for that, I want to place an order for some new tech from Gazelle to see exactly what the other end of this experience is like. Can I get an unlocked iPhone like, say, 10R, but in excellent condition? What would that look? 260, ow! That hurts, that's just disgusting. I'll tell you, obviously the iPhones are the best sellers, but man, these deals are pretty rough. Okay, so a Google Pixel 7a, man, they don't even have photos of these things. Photos coming soon. If you're selling a phone, you couldn't literally go and download a stock photo of a Google Pixel. Oh my God. I consistently am seeing prices on Gazelle be 10% higher than most of the competition. And the problem is that the Gazelle sort of like experience is not as good. You're not gonna get the warranty. You're not necessarily getting an amazing return policy. It's decent, it matches most other people. But if I'm gonna be paying more than somewhere like Back Market and I'm gonna be getting less, even if these conditions are in great shape, that's a tough sell, man. That's a tough sell. S21. Okay, well, you know what? At least I will say something. They actually are selling better. They've got better deals on the S21s. Still though, I don't know if it's super competitive, and that's it? Wait, they're selling Z Flips? Aw, I can't buy another Z Flip? There we go, we got some Z Flips. Let's get a Z Flip 3. Oh no, it's a Z Fold 3, oh. Actually, should we, yeah, let's do it. You know what? We always do Z Flips. Let's actually try to get a Z Fold and see how that is. So with that, I'm going to place this order to purchase these devices from Gazelle, and I'm also at the same time going to ship in my trade-ins to see exactly if Gazelle is worth it or whether I'm going to turn to a lion and devour a gazelle on the plains of the savannah. Didn't really think that went through. And so it is time to send our phones to Gazelle. Now, we had some difficulties getting to this point. So when I went to order the items for this video, I had a problem. American Express gave me a fraud warning. Not all that uncommon, we order a lot of sus things. I approved it, no big deal. The charge went through, and then Gazelle canceled my order. And I hit their customer service up and asked what was going on and see if they could help me. And they said, sorry, we can't help you. Basically, the order was sus and they didn't want to touch it. I tried to order again, and that order also immediately got canceled. They charged my card and they gave me a refund within like 5 minutes. So, third time being the charm, I asked Matt to order the exact same items using his credit card, and that order seems to have gone through. So, while we wait for our new items to show up, let's go ahead and package up our iPhone 11 and Galaxy S21, shall we? Wait, is this, that's it? Am I supposed to put 2 phones in here? So it's a little lumpy, but soon, hopefully I will give you an update on not only the process of trading our devices in, but hopefully in the next couple of days, our brand new Gazelle refurbished stuff will be here in the studio. So we're just about to shoot another video when I got the emails from Gazelle. They have received my phones and have given me my orders. So let's see what we've got. Hi Pierre, when we checked out your iPhone 11 unlocked, we found some conditions that affected the value of your item. Scratches. We found the device has more than the acceptable amount of scratches. Because of this, we are adjusting your offer to $86. They changed it from $107 to $86 because of scratches? What the hell? You identified your gadget as an S21 unlocked, but is actually an S21 locked to AT&T. No, it's not. So they knocked my value on the S21 from $62 down to $50. I guess they'll give them that. I never tried to put another SIM card in it, so maybe it was locked. I'm gonna take the deal. I'm gonna let them knock off all the money because they feel like it. But when I get my new items from Gazelle, they better be in minty fresh condition or I am gonna be a real grumpy boy. Let's see what we've got from Gazelle. I'll tell you now that we finally have our box. It's very like weirdly weighted. Like it feels like there's like two things on the bottom. Well, there's your problem. You got a bunch of little boxes on the bottom, which is rattling around, and you have a little bit of paper on top. Boy, I'm not feeling great about this. Okay, our first item is our Galaxy Z Fold. Now they say grade B here. Remind me again, what condition did I purchase this in?
This was supposed to be in good condition.
Okay, I guess B is good.
The screens of these devices are in very good condition. There are light scuffs or nicks that do not affect functionality of the phone.
So the outer display looks good, but because it's a Z Fold, there's a lot of screens and cameras to check here. So check the hinge. Definitely it's gotten dropped, so there's some scuffing on the hinge here and on the side, but cosmetic, and in fact, it's actually quite smooth, so you're really not even gonna feel that. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, well, it did make a good noise. So it does not have the original screen protector on it, which is a little bit unfortunate because you definitely don't want to take off that screen protector. It's pretty important. That being said though, well, if you need to fire it up, I'm gonna give them a pretty solid grade for the screen quality. I'm seeing nothing but little bits of like, dirt and debris, but like, nothing that you wouldn't have just from being inside a cardboard box. All right, I'm feeling okay about this. Maybe I was a little too harsh on Gazelle.
Yeah, but it did cost a lot. It cost us $500.
Was it 500 even?
It was like $499.99 basically.
So I'm actually gonna spend a little bit of time using this Z Fold, see if any kind of problems creep up, or if spending $500 on a giant foldy boy is actually a good idea. So the cool thing about this is that I can use the much better rear-facing cameras with a nice preview here if I wanna do a little bit of vlogging. So this is what the ultra-wide looks like, but I can easily just tap over, go into the 1X, which personally is going to look a whole lot better. Or even if you want to be a complete lunatic, you can go all the way up to 2X and get a very, very zoomed in photo. And I'll tell you that this definitely gets heavy if you're trying to vlog with it for a little while, but it really just kind of goes to show the versatility of this form factor. It's one of those things where you could probably buy this, use it for a little while, decide if you want to upgrade to the Z Fold 6 in a few months, or just save your money and flip it back to Gazelle for $73. Okay, still salty, sorry. I totally understand why someone would be interested in the Z Fold. It's just not me, because Z Fold's better. Next up, we got something that's real rattly in here. Okay. Oh, it's my iPad mini. They just don't have a small box for it, so it just rattles around like absolute crazy. So this is our iPad mini 4. So it is showing that it is 64 gig unlocked with LTE, and it has 94% battery health, which is also pretty good. Now this one is also grade B, which I'm assuming means it is in good condition.
Correct.
Okay, lovely. Now, I'm curious because I have not used the iPad mini 4 in quite a while. So this is the older school design, so it does still have the home button. We do have some quite noticeable scratches on the back. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but like they're quite deep. Now, you can feel them a little bit. It's not terrible. Smells clean. Do you know what year the iPad mini 4 came out? Because it's still supported by iPad OS, right?
It came out at the end of 2015.
iPad mini 4?
iPad mini 4.
I totally thought this was an iPad from like 2019 or 2020, not 2015. Huh, so I'm gonna guess this probably will not still be supported, huh? Whoops. Well, here. It'll make me feel better. It was really affordable, right?
Yeah, I will admit that it was pretty affordable at $150.
Oh, that's actually not very good.
I didn't say it was an amazing deal. I just said
I thought that was a good deal considering that this was like a 4 or 5-year-old iPad, not a 9-year-old. Damn you, Apple, why do you keep the same design for a decade? You confused me. I could have just Googled this, but I didn't. I guess let me set this up and see what I can still do with this iPad that might be a little out of date. So, iPad Mini 4. So I've got this guy all set up, fully up to date. It is unfortunately only on iPadOS 15, so it's a couple generations behind. And I have some thoughts. The power button, very sticky. By very sticky, I mean most of the time it clicks this horrible like, it works okay fine, and then you leave it alone for like a minute and it just smashes. Like, do you hear that? Like every time you click it, it sounds different. Like the button's definitely not in great shape. Now, $150 is a little expensive, right? I think that for that kind of money, you could spend just a little bit more money and get an iPad Mini 5, which is almost the exact same, but again, has a several-year newer processor, importantly, with full support for iPadOS still. And that would be my recommendation. As far as a little device to watch videos and play around with, like honestly, it's not bad. It definitely feels slow, and while you can do multitasking, so I'll show you, it will do the split screen multitasking if you try it. There we go. It'll do it eventually. Just give it a minute. If you too would like to see me exclusively make YouTube shorts from the iPad Mini 4, drop a like and I'll definitely do that.
You're also most definitely in frame. Okay, Grandpa.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
You're still probably not in frame.
Next up, we have an iPhone XR in Coral. Coral! Coral! I'm trying to make jokes that were relevant when this phone came out. Grade C condition. Uh-oh. That's the bad condition. What do they call grade C?
they call it fair.
So could you give me a little refresher on what they consider fair before I look at this? Because I think they say some scuffs, right? It's kind of normal.
Yeah, you know what? It's a little confusing because their definition is the screens of these devices are in good condition, even though they call it fair. Okay. There is some wear and tear that does not affect functionality of the phone. These devices have been priced at the lowest amount possible, I guess, to help you save money on a phone in great working order.
Okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at this thing. Oh boy. Okay. Well, they've got some scratches, but oh no, those are real scratches. See that?
Yeah, that big gash.
So there's a very deep scratch from left to right here, and there's some lighter scratches from top to bottom. This is definitely, with that deep scratch, a grade lower than the good items that we've already taken a look at. I mean, considering this is the cheapest version of this phone that they sell, that one scratch, while it's annoying, considering that we saved some money on it, it's not too crazy. So battery health is 86%. You know what, that's fine. Considering how old this device is, that's reasonable. How much was our 64 gig Coral iPhone XR in fair condition?
Well, that's a real pretty color, huh?
It is. It's a great budget color, I would say.
Well, it was $165.
$65, it's a great deal. Wow.
No, $165.
I'm gonna just check back market real quick. I'm feeling.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back market right now. Well, actually, hold on a second. Back market has the iPhone XR starting at $157. So that's actually almost the exact same. Now, of course, the difference is back market does offer the 1-year warranty, which is not something that Gazelle has. So how do we judge the XR from Gazelle? It's not maybe the greatest deal in the world. I will actually give Gazelle a thumbs up on this one. I think it's actually a pretty clear cut. This is not overpriced. It is in good condition considering, you know, what we actually paid for it. So, not bad if you want some Coral energy. Next up, we've got, so this is the Pixel 7a. The Google Pixel 7a, as recording this video, is still the most recent version of the A line. Now, by the time you watch this, we're right about to probably see a new Pixel 8a, but whatever. Like, very modern phone, more modern than any of the other devices we've gotten from Gazelle. So, let's take a look here. Now, this one is listed in grade A condition which I believe is, what do they call it, good or excellent?
Excellent.
Excellent condition. Can you refresh me on what excellent condition should entail?
They actually don't give that much information.
Of course they don't.
The information they give you is the best condition Gazelle has to offer. The screen and body of these devices are in excellent condition. So.
Okay. Now there are a couple of little scratches on the bottom of the back of the Pixel. Certainly a little bit of wear. It looks like it was in a case, honestly. I think this should qualify for excellent. I think I'm okay with that. It's not perfect, but I mean, I think this is the kind of wear that you would get if you get a Pixel and you put it in a case for 6 months. It's just a little bit of scuffing on that very bottom. Oh, I just found some scratches. Yeah, there's some scratches right here on the top right of the display. I couldn't see them until I looked a little closer. That's a little borderline for excellent, actually. Okay, well, I'm sure it was a great deal though, right? What you got?
So brand new, direct from Google.
Wait, the original price was $500. Okay, let's just start.
Yes.
$500, we're up here, okay.
Yes, the original price was $500 when it was
Love
first
it.
released.
Great price.
Right now it's on sale for $350.
Uh-oh.
And we bought it from Gazelle at excellent, I mean, I guess borderline excellent
Yeah,
condition.
not excellent.
For $360.
Ah! Well, okay. Well then. How much, out of curiosity, is the good condition? Because this is not excellent, this is good.
So the good pricing is $305.
Wait, hold on a second. It is $360 for excellent and $305 for good? This is not in excellent condition. This is in good condition. It's not terrible, but it's very much in the same sort of realm as something like the Z Fold or something like the iPad, both of which I would definitely qualify as good condition. This is a tough one because we paid too much money for this phone. There is no doubt about that. At the end of the day, I don't think you should really treat Gazelle as a great place to buy or even necessarily sell your electronics. To me, Gazelle, if they really want to be in the game, they need to get a little bit more aggressive. We need more options, and certainly we shouldn't have this whole excellent condition thing when they're scratching on the screen. Like, that's just a big no-go. And the prices, I think, across the board are just a little bit too high. So while Gazelle might be an OG in the space, it's not it. It's not it. It's not it. What do you think about Gazelle? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring-a-ling that ding-a-ling button. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go lurk in some shady alleys looking for a back market Gazelle eBay.
What?
Amazon.
I think we broke him.
Refurbished.
Oh, yep.
Refurbished.
Gazelle
Refurbished.
broke it.
Refurbished. Refurbished. Refurbished.
Yeah, that last one was too much.
I can only get scammed so many times before I just finally break, and I think today is the day. I think I'm just done. I think I gotta like take a break and like.
Just buy new tech.
You can buy new tech?
Apparently it's cheaper.